Hi everyone, welcome to the SPM English 2024 speaking test, the super last minute revision. It has been some time since I did such videos. Um, so this is my first time, I think, after close to a year of doing something like this. And this is super last minute. Like your exam is tomorrow, and I'm just doing this video right now. Um, so a lot has changed this 1 year. I'm actually currently doing my PhD in the UK, so that's why I stopped doing videos for SPM. But I thought of doing a last minute thing, uh, just for the sake of doing it, actually. But let's get into it. I'm going to try to use BM and English. So saya akan campur sedikit bahasa. The main reason is for you to better understand. So let's get straight into it. Okay, let me just okay, 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 okay. Sorry. Okay. So today what we're going to do is first we're going to do today's whole video is focused on the speaking test. So we're going to do a review first of the Perlis paper, a very quick review. And then we're going to look at the room layout, then part 1, part 2, part 3, and then 25 phrases to give opinions. So I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, right. uh so this is the Perlis trial test. It's so for part 1 it's basically an interview. You're going to start off with you have done the test before. uh so the interlocutor, which is your teacher, he or she akan tanya kamu beberapa soalan, dan soalan dia agak senang. It's basically what's your name, and so on, stuff like this. What's your name, where do you live, how do you come to school, right? Okay. And then you go to phase 2. Phase 2, they are going to ask you, so still this is still part 1, and phase 2 they're still going to ask you some very simple questions like how big is your family, how many siblings do you have, how often does your family spend family time together, what do you do and your family like to do to enjoy together, like these kind of questions, like very simple questions. So this is part 1. Part 1 is basically like an interview. For part 2 you're going to get a question. So for Perlis, the question was a birthday present. So talk about the birthday present you would give to your favorite aunt. So there's a character here, and then what the present is, why you choose, why is she is your favorite aunt, why is it important to have a close relationship with extended family members. So if I'm not mistaken, I think you only need to speak for 1 minute here. This is for part 2. Then you'll get one question and you have to answer. So you'll get one, your partner will get one. So this is the partner's question, an online shopping platform. So again, you need to talk about this. Very straightforward. So part 2 is also for you to kind of talk about your own experience. So part 1 is lebih kepada untuk kamu dapatkan confident. Part 2 is lebih kepada kamu uh, trying to use your experience or your background to answer a question. And then we go to part 3. Part 3 sebenarnya is more critical. Dia you kena fikir, is a higher order thinking skills, aras tinggi. What professions do teenagers prefer? So this is the question that came out from Perlis. So what professions, pekerjaan, do teenagers prefer, lebih suka? So you got teacher, chef, doctor, content creator, businessman, professional gamer, right? And then of course you need to take 3 points, your partner needs to take 3 points, and then you kena bahaskan. Remember, part 3 is like a discussion. That means you say 1 point, you pass it to your partner takes 1 point, then pass it back to you. Okay, it has to be a discussion. This is basically the room layout that you are going to sit for your exam, in less in 24 hours, I guess. So basically you have the interlocutor here, which is your teacher. They call your teacher interlocutor because maksud interlocutor is sebab he or she is tengah tanya kamu soalan. So She's not the assessor, he or she. This is the assessor. Your assessor suddenly dapat skor lain. So you got candidate A, candidate B. For part one, part two, usually candidate A starts, but for part three, anyone can start. Uh, there's no written law that semua candidate A kena start. Okay. So speaking test. So basically, part one tadi we look at two phases. Part two, individual speaking and then answering at the other candidates punya question briefly. And then part three, you ada discussion, decision and hots. Ada soalan kebat kat part three. So basically, sorry, going back to here for part three, first you kena discuss. Okay, you discuss. Then you kena decide. Okay, you kena buat keputusan. Daripada 6 pekerjaan ni, mana teenagers paling suka? And then ada soalan aras tinggi. But kemahiran aras tinggi. Kebat, right? Okay, right. So part one. So think of the three parts as an arrangement that helps you to slowly gain your confidence throughout the test. Remember, the speaking test is not to stress you out. Of course, it's a test, but um, do not think that the markers, the assessors, the interlocutors are all there to help you. The thing is, you just have to speak, and you have to. So remember, take part one. Just go in, right? Be easy. Uh, be easy and be natural. And then for part two, you draw on your personal experience and background, give some examples. Okay. And then for part three, you're gonna show your criticality and maturity, your kematangan. Alright. So think of it of these three different parts. So part one, relax, just go in, relax. Part two, use your experience, and then part three, you want to show your kebat, like you know something what you're talking about. Um, so that is the best way if you're to think of the test. Don't think of it like it's a whole speaking test. Pecahkannya kepada bahagian kecil. Like okay, part one, just going in, listening, answering questions, alright, familiarizing yourself with the assessor, with the interlocutor. Part two, okay, you're using your own experience, you're talking about things, and then part three, you're there using your kemana aras tinggi, using your experience, using your knowledge, using the facts that you know, and you're talking about it. Okay, now we'll go through some notes. As you can see, I have a lot of slides, but um, I'm not going to go through in detail because your test is tomorrow, and we can't be doing a whole session on this. It will take 1 to 2 hours. You want to just relax and take it easy. So, but we'll go through the slides as quick as possible so you get as much as you can. So for part one, so these are all the tips. Listen to the questions carefully and give relevant answers. Always listen to the question carefully. Um, don't panic, okay, and then avoid giving one word answer. So if they ask you, do you have siblings, don't just say yes. Say yes, I have 3 siblings, I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. Give more, right? Give some reasons and examples to extend, to lebihkan you punya jawapan. Try not to give a long answer as it is not needed in this part. So part one, you don't have to give a long answer, but at the same time, don't give a short answer. So answer the questions in full sentences. So sebagai contoh, do you have siblings? Yes, I do have siblings. Don't just say yes. Okay. Speak only about the topic at the question of the question. So for example, the question is, do you have siblings? Don't say yes, I have siblings. Their hobbies are uh playing PS5. You know, don't talk about hobbies or something else. If the question is about siblings, answer about siblings. Use simple and direct language to make yourself comfortable with the speaking test. So part one, simple saja, you tak perlu. Of course you can use big words, tapi part one, remember, part one is for you to feel comfortable. So just be comfortable. And then look at the interlocutor when speaking, avoid looking down or somewhere else. Okay. So again, this is part one, contoh lah. Then there's some notes here. My name is, you can call me, so my name is Ahmad Lokman, you can call me Lokman. Hi, I'm Lokman. Hi, I'm Muhammad Tarmizi. You can call me Mizi. Right? So this is beberapa rangka that you can use. Okay, I come to school by bus. I walk to school. My mother sends me to school by bus. Okay, sorry, by car. Your mother will not send you by bus. Okay. Yeah, this again phase two. We skip this. Okay. So you can use some words here like I usually, I normally, I would, I think, I don't think. Okay, some frasa for this is again not phase 2 as in this is part 1 part 1, tapi part 1 ni ada dua bahagian. Bahagian pertama what's my name semua, bahagian kedua ni dia terperinci sedikit, but Still something very simple lah. Okay. Okay, this is done. Okay, so these are some examples of questions that you can look at. For example, like, do you own a smartphone? This could be one of the questions they ask for part one. Or maybe like, uh, mm, how do you keep touch with friends? How do you keep in touch with your friends? Okay, there's also other questions. I would suggest you just go through these questions, pause the video, and just go through, just see if you can talk about it. Have some vocabulary. So, do you enjoy using social media? So, what vocabulary can you use? Yes, I enjoy using it. Why do you enjoy using it? Because it is beneficial. It can help you to create networks, make new friends, right? Right. So, think like this, huh? So, every time think of the point, and then you can easily talk about it. Okay, now we're at part two now. Individual long term. Um, so for part 2, you're given 20 seconds to brainstorm. So use the 20 seconds wisely. Guna 21 dengan cermat. Think of vocabulary you can use. So the 20 seconds to think of your EC, think of your points, and then also think of your vocabulary that you can use. Okay, it's quite related lah, point and vocabulary. So describe activities, feelings, and opinions clearly. So say the example is online shopping, right? Okay, so say I enjoy online shopping. Uh, how do you feel? Okay, I feel great using it because it is convenient. Con Sorry, because it is convenient. Something like this. Okay, so always use this technique: activity, feelings, and opinions. For example, do you exercise? Yeah, I go to the field every evening for a quick jog. I feel super energetic after my jog. In my opinion, exercise helps us to be healthy. Okay, or helps us to feel young. Okay. So this again for part two. Use linking words and phrases to sound more natural. I have some examples kat sini. Uh, Okay, grammar. If you make a grammar mistake, do not panic. You can correct the mistake or keep on talking, or you do not even have to correct the mistake. Do not speak too quickly. Speak at natural pace. And also, again, always make eye contact with the interlocutor when you're speaking. Okay. Right. Okay, this one I think you don't. We can skip this slide. Okay, how to begin your part two. So these are some ways you can begin. Um, so I would like to talk about my cousin. My cousin's name is Amira. She lives in Kedah. Okay, you can talk about something like this. Okay, you can always use these phrases to start. So yeah, your biggest problem is you don't know how to start. So that's why you need to use all of these strategies. Okay. Okay, this one again. You can pause the slide. Let me just move this away. Pause the slide and just read it. Um, So I have watched several TV programs recently, but my favorite was, you see, so you have this one whole line here to help you. Uh, Actually, the reason why you need all of this is because it will help you to speak better. You all of this, we can call it like linking phrases. Okay, linking phrases are very important because linking phrases ni dia membeli masa kamu, like sedikit masa, like 3 pasal untuk kamu fikir the next point. Okay. Same thing, look at the questions. Describe a special friend, discuss the meaning of happiness for you, describe the best teacher you've ever had, so on. Okay, we're gonna skip that again for this. Pause the video, look at the different things. For each one, you just take one point is okay. Like for example, stating my opinion from my point of view. Untuk menunjukkan perbandingan, contrast, you can use on the other hand. To reformulate, in other words, reformulate ni you dah bagi tahu isi kamu, lepas tu you nak bagi tahu balik. Like you want to kind of you dah bagi your isi, but you want to like mengukuhkan your isi, you can use reformulate. Add ideas also, sequencing. Okay, following this to explain, that is why. Okay, to generalize, generally can. Overall, to give examples, to illustrate. Compare ni likewise, perbandingan. Untuk menunjukkan certainty, kepastian, undoubtedly or certainly. Okay, so just okay, so all of this you can use. Another question. Okay, we'll skip this. This is for, I think, still part one. I think it's part two. I think. Yeah, we had part two already. Okay, we're just gonna skip this slide. We're gonna go straight to part three because that's where students' nightmare is, right? Your discussion and decision section. Okay, again, let's be very quick. Okay, so this is the procedure. Okay, so start off the interlocutor will present the task and highlight the focus of the task. Ingat ini sangat penting. You kena remember what is the question that is being asked. Lepas tu you diberi 20 saat, okay, to read the input and then you speak together for 2 minutes. Maksudnya your partner is 1 minute and you will be also for 1 minute. Okay. Candidates are given 1 minute to make a decision connected to the theme of the task. Okay. Then it, okay. 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 This is the kebat part. Interlocutor asks a further discussion question based on the same theme. So this is where you need to do the decision also. Okay, so first you discuss 6 isi, then you decide antara 6 isi manakah yang paling bagus berdasarkan soalan. Okay. So some tips. Introduce the task for the exam. So today we will talk about selalu start macam ni. Repeating is a way to strengthen your idea. So setiap kali kamu repeat, kamu sedang mengukuhkan you punya idea. Don't feel like if you're repeating you're wrong. You je fikir macam tu selalunya. Selalunya the assessor will be very happy to hear you to repeat because that shows you understand the question and you tidak menyimpang. You're not like going off on a tangent, like you really understand what you're talking. Use useful phrases and conversation fillers in your discussion. Arrange your points with cohesive devices penanda wacana and linkers. Okay. Alright. Look at your partner when they speak. Um, If your partner is shy, ask them a question so that they can give a response. So sometimes your partner is shy. So what do? Don't just sit there and wait for your partner. You go into the conversation. You ask, okay, what do you think about this? Try to give them 1 or 2 words for them to spark their ideas. Okay, so that is the best way to work on this. So don't just like wait for your partner. Kadang-kadang your partner dah confused, you can also come in and help your partner, but not help. Try to keep the conversation going. If your partner strays from the topic, strays ni macam menyimpang, bring them back to the task. You can say that is interesting, but we should talk about, or that is great. Let's go back to the point here. Right? Do not worry as your mark is not affected by the disagreement. So like I said tadi, first you akan ada discussion for 2 minutes and then you kena buat decision for 2 minutes juga if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Alright. So yeah, this is the flow. Candidate A doesn't matter. B also can start. Tapi typically candidate A akan start lah. So dia akan, this is the urutan. You start discussion, give opinion, ask partner's opinion. Lepas tu candidate B ni dia akan agree or disagree. Lepas tu dia akan bagi opinion dia dan so on lah. Okay, this flow again. Pause this section if you want to look at it in detail. This is just some phrases again. Feel free to pause and look into it. I don't have to go in detail. I think all of you kind of ada dah sedikit dalam otak kamu kan. I don't want to kelirukan you with perkataan baru. Okay, when thinking about your speaking, this is some tips for you. Okay, we're coming to the end of the slides already. Think about it as a point, elaboration, tie up. So PET. This is also very helpful for your essay, yeah? Okay, so let's look at the question. So why is camping good for us? What is the point? So firstly, camping is good for us because camping can strengthen relationship, which is this point here. As for me, ni huraian elaboration. When we go for camping, we will need to have teamwork. We will need to communicate and help one another. Teamwork is essential to ensure our camping is successful. So again, all this huraian. Kenapa ini adalah kenapa camping ni bagus? Okay. Therefore, to tie up, guna perkataan ni, to tie up, strengthening relationship is one of the benefits of camping. Okay, ulang balik. Ulang balik bagaimana isi ni berkaitan dengan soalannya. Okay, right. How to start discussion again. You have some points here. How to interrupt. Okay, I think we are like the end of the slide. I'm just gonna. These are conversation fillers. Well, there are many. Let's see. I'm not really sure what I think about that, but hang on a moment. Okay, you can use conversation fillers to help you. And yeah, I think that's about it. Yep. So we are at the end of the video. So these are 25 phrases for expressing your opinions. So what are the phrases you can use? In my view, from my perspective, personally, I think it is generally accepted that, it seems to me that, from my point of view, my impression is that. Okay, you can use all of these things. So that is the end of the video. I basically went through it secara ringkas, okay, because it's your exam tomorrow. I don't want to give you new ideas, new thoughts, and I don't want you to give up as well. Um, so with speaking is all about confidence, and if you're confident, you can definitely speak and get the full score. So don't shy away, jangan rasa malu. Just do it. Just get your speaking done. Help your partner, and your partner should help you. Help not as in the partner do the speaking for you, but help you to think of ideas. If you are scared, if you are shy, if you are nervous, uh, your partner is there to help you. Okay, I wish you the best for your speaking test. And if you are from watching this from SMK Padamidin, I taught the students there from 4 for a while, and I think it was 4, uh, 4 Premier One and 4 Dynamic, I think. But generally, I think I taught most of you. So you are now basically from 5. So I'm wishing you all the best for your SPM. And if you are not one of my students before, I'm hoping to do more videos. Um, Hopefully SPM, Muet, and just more videos and more content coming up soon. So again, wishing you guys the best. Just drop a comment. I know this is a very fast video, not detailed, but if you look at other videos that I have done in my channel, I think you'll have some other speaking videos that you can look at and refer to. So have a great day. It is 1 a.m. here in the UK. It's 12:55 a.m. You can see the time here on top. Um, so I'm probably gonna sleep. So good luck and all the best.